Sean Penn won Best Actor in 2009 for Milk, the biopic of gay rights icon Harvey Milk.
And the Oscar goes to Sean Penn in Milk.
You commie, homo-loving.
The crowd expected gratitude. Instead, they got a woke lecture when Penn turned his Oscar acceptance speech heavily political after thanking his loved ones and colleagues.
For those who saw the signs of hatred as our cars drove in tonight,
Thank you!
Penn's political hijacking of the Oscars saw him blasting the millions who voted for California's Proposition 8, which bans same-sex marriage. As he said,
I think that it is a good time for those who voted for the ban against gay marriage to sit and reflect and anticipate their great shame and the shame in their grandchildren's eyes.
Next, he unravels his liberal political agenda further in his speech when he praises the Democratic Party's president, Barack Obama, for being a friend to the LGBTQ by saying,
I'm very, very proud to live in a country that is willing to elect an elegant man president.
Okay. While the Kodak Theater roared with applause, the reaction outside Hollywood was brutal. Fox News commentators accused Penn of using the Oscars to scold America as he politicized his win. Joaquin Phoenix won Best Actor in 2020 for Joker with an incredible performance that kept the room buzzing.
Joaquin Phoenix, Joker.
God, I'm full of so much gratitude right now.
But his unconventional demeanor got the best of him as his speech took an unexpected turn.
But I think the greatest gift that it's given me, and many of us in this room, is the opportunity to use our voice for the voiceless.
Phoenix began with sweeping calls against injustice and inequality, then suddenly swerved into animal rights by condemning
the belief that we're the center of the universe. We go into the natural world and we plunder it for its resources.
He attacked farming as he berated modern farming practices by saying,
we feel entitled to artificially inseminate a cow, and when she gives birth, we steal her baby, even though her cries of anguish are unmistakable. And then we take her milk that's intended for a calf, and we put it in our coffee and our cereal.
Nice.
The audience was stunned as some stars nodded along while others shifted awkwardly in their seats. On Twitter, PETA hailed the speech as groundbreaking, but critics weren't so generous as The Guardian called it passionate if puzzling, and USA Today described it as an uncomfortably preachy moment in an otherwise light show.
I wanna when he was
Today, Junior.
Phoenix's triumphant night sidelined the Joker while focusing on Milk. Billy Porter didn't need a speech to spark controversy at the 2019 Oscars, as his outfit did all the talking.
Okay, darling, you were serving looks, Billy. Looks.
Well, listen, I didn't come to play
At all.
The Pose star made the Oscars red carpet a cultural battleground with his black velvet tuxedo fused with a full ball gown skirt that made him the most photographed celebrity of the night.
What was your inspo? Yes, Billy.
I wanted to create a space where we could have a dialogue about.
Porter's agenda was clear. He declared he wanted to shatter gender norms.
A man in a dress. What is that?
I love
I'm not having that conversation anymore.
And proved that men could embrace femininity on Hollywood's biggest stage. Fashion outlets like Vogue and Harper's Bazaar blushed by calling it revolutionary and Oscar history in the making. But backlash was fierce outside the fashion world. Conservative commentators blasted the look as a publicity stunt, and Hollywood forcing an agenda. And Twitter threads accused Porter of hijacking the night for the woke agenda's attention.
Because I never felt more powerful than when I finally released all of the stuff that was put on me from the outside and stepped into Lola and Kinky Boots.
Come on, man.
Audiences argued it was less about expression and more about performance art designed to provoke, as Piers Morgan mocked Porter on Good Morning Britain by saying,
why do we give one day to veterans of world wars and a month to gay people, for example?
Porter's dress had overshadowed the actual winners with identity politics. Leonardo Dicaprio's lengthy streak of being snubbed by the Oscars ended in 2016 when he won Best Actor for The Revenant.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
In this room, I have to congratulate the other incredible nominees this year.
His fans were elated and expected an emotional thank you speech, but DiCaprio turned it into a climate change sermon by warning,
climate change is real. It is happening right now. It is the most urgent threat facing our entire species.
He blasted corporate interests for exploiting the planet and urged world leaders to take immediate action. The house erupted as many Hollywood stars gave him a standing ovation, and environmental groups like Greenpeace praised the speech as a historic moment for the Oscars.
Revenant was about man's relationship to the natural world, a world that we collectively felt in 2015 as the hottest year in recorded history.
But outside the Dolby Theater, reactions were harsh, with Twitter users mocking DiCaprio as a jet-setting eco-hypocrite by pointing to his private yachts, supercars, and repeated use of private jets. The Washington Times criticized DiCaprio by saying that his Oscar came with a side of hypocrisy.
Procrastinating, we need to support leaders around the world who do not speak for the big polluters or the big corporations, but who speak for all of humanity, for the indigenous people of the world.
Are you cheating? It's bang out the machete.
And even The Guardian noted the irony of his speech by saying it's hard to be taken seriously about carbon footprints when yours is the size of a small country. Will Smith made Oscars history at the 2022 Oscars by conducting violence on stage for the first time. The 2022 Oscar ceremony is remembered for one thing only: the slap heard around the world when host Chris Rock cracked a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head by saying,
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it.
That made Jada cringe excessively. Will Smith stormed the stage and he smacked Rock across the face in front of millions.
Oh, wow. Wow.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
And then shouted from his seat,
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
as the Dolby Theater fell into a stunned and awkward silence.
Will Smith just smacked out of me.
Minutes later, Smith won Best Actor for King Richard, and he didn't use the opportunity to apologize to Rock. Instead, he framed the outburst as defending my family by quoting Denzel Washington.
Your highest moment, be careful, that's when the devil comes for you.
The backlash was instant and unanimous, with the Academy calling it unacceptable and handing Smith a 10-year Oscars ban. The outrage drowned every win of the night. Patricia Arquette won Best Supporting Actress for Boyhood in 2015, but her speech stole the headline.
Patricia Arquette, Boyhood.
Okay. Thank you to the Academy, to my beautiful, powerful nominees.
Which began as traditional thanking her cast and family, but later dived into murky political waters. Arquette declared,
To every woman who gave birth, to every taxpayer and citizen of this nation, we have fought for everybody else's equal rights. It's our time to have wage equality once and for all, and equal rights for women in the United States of America.
The Dolby Theater erupted, with Meryl Streep pumping her fist and screaming,
Wow!
while Jennifer Aniston rose to her feet in applause, with the clip going instantly viral as a girl power Oscars moment. Later backstage, Arquette doubled down on her comments and made matters worse by telling reporters,
And it's time for all the women in America and all the men that love women and all the gay people and all the people of color that we've all fought for to fight for us.
Women.
As critics torched the line by claiming it was tone deaf and entitled because she implied marginalized groups owed white women their support. The Washington Post called it a feminist speech that collapsed into a mess, as Arquette's PR disaster made her the face of clueless white feminism. Natalie Portman made headlines at the 2020 Oscars, not for her speech, but her outfit consisting of a Dior cape embroidered with the names of female directors snubbed that year. Greta Gerwig, Little Women, Lorraine Scafaria, Hustlers, Lulu Wang, The Farewell, and others. Fashion outlets like Elle and Harper's Bazaar hailed the outfit as a bold feminist statement, as Portman told reporters.
I wanted to recognize the women who were not recognized for their incredible work.
You serious?
The backlash was imminent, as actress and activist Rose McGowan torched Portman in a viral Facebook post by calling the cape the kind of protest that gets rave reviews from the mainstream media for women with no real courage, as McGowan pointed out Portman's performative hypocrisy of only working with one female director in her entire career, which was herself.
Portman made one of the boldest and bravest statements I've ever seen anyone make at the Oscars. They will build statues and monuments to this moment.
Good job!
Critics on Twitter piled on by labeling the gesture as performative feminism and virtue signaling culture, and by the next morning, the cape was less a symbol of solidarity and more a case study in Hollywood hypocrisy. Jessica Chastain won Best Actress for The Eyes of Tammy Faye in 2022, with her speech quickly shifting from thank yous to gender politics.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, you guys.
As she tried channeling the televangelist turned LGBTQ supporter she played in the film.
And especially members of the LGBTQ community who oftentimes feel out of place with their peers.
Chastain condemned discrimination with a thinly veiled swipe at Florida's newly passed parental rights and education bill, widely known as the Don't Say Gay law, by saying,
"We're faced with discriminatory and bigoted legislation that is sweeping our country with the only goal of further dividing us. There's violence and hate crimes being perpetuated on innocent civilians all over the world. And in times like this, I think of Tammy, and I'm inspired by her radical acts of love."
While the Dolby Theater exploded with applause for Chastain, being a voice of conscience, and LGBTQ advocacy groups praised her for using her platform to speak the truth. Conservative outlets blasted the moment as another Oscars lecture, as social media critics accused Chastain of politicizing her win instead of celebrating the work.
And it connects us all in the desire that we want to be accepted for who we are.
What should have been a career milestone for Chastain became one more example of the Oscars stage doubling as a political pulpit.
And to live a life without the fear of violence or terror.
Time's up. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video from my fun, lighthearted channel, Hollywood Body Count, I'd love a cheeky like, subscribe, and comment. No pressure, no sweat, your call.